cannabis, a gift from God. This inoffensive plant has been part of most of the human species' history. Records show cannabis been used since 2727 BC as medicine in China, including smoking it for pleasure. Cannabis arrives to America by sea in Spaniard ships around 1492, where it spreads out quickly throughout the continent. Around 1797, in Mount Vernon, George Washington, our first president, grew hemp. It was his main crop, and he was known to smoke it to relieve a tooth pain that haunted him for years. Also, our third president grew it but, as in memoirs indicate, smoked it for pleasure. Later in 1908, Henry Ford creates the Model T, with plastic parts made out of cannabis, and he also made it to run on ethanol, made out of also cannabis. And so, the cannabis that came from the Old World spreads all around the continent of America, helping everyone with materials, fuel and happiness, the same way America helped the Old World, with food and riches. But the peace was destroyed when the devil decided to show up once again. And he did it by showing his favorite face, Harry Anslinger. And so the secret meetings to reorganize the social structure of America go unnoticed as Anslinger is about to create new family ties with some of the new emerging companies of its time. Companies that see cannabis as a threat to their new emerging existence, and Anslinger himself needs a new prohibition. Cannabis was a threat to the new petrochemical industry, and its new nylon invention, not to mention the plastics potential. Let's not forget that cannabis was also a threat to the paper industry, where 1 acre of cannabis would produce the same amount of paper as 4 acres of wood. But most important, after legalizing one of the most dangerous drugs in the world, alcohol, prohibition ended, creating a large force of unemployed prohibitionists that needed a new prohibition, and so Anslinger started his dirty campaign against cannabis. With his dirty propaganda, Anslinger sought to manipulate the large dumb white American population by preying on their fears of drugs and minorities, successfully making cannabis now known under its new fearful name, marijuana, the new evil drug of the minorities that was threatening the pure innocent lifestyle of the white population. Finally making cannabis illegal in 1937. Today the adrenaline junkies of the new prohibition are still going strong, accomplishing absolutely nothing, yet successfully incarcerating minorities, as Anslinger and all white religious fanatics always wanted.
In terms of legalization of drugs, I think that the battle, the war on drugs has been an utter failure, and I think that we need to rethink and decriminalize our marijuana laws. But I'm not somebody who believes in legalization of marijuana. What I do believe is that we need to rethink how we are operating in the drug wars, and I think that currently we are not doing a good job.
Well, Mr. President, we are still waiting for the decriminalization of cannabis.